Welcome back to the final part of the the Toy Story playthrough in Deep Thought. Sid took Buzz and Woody. He is a bad boy and must be punished.
He had one extra quarter for some reason. We didn't see it.
Oh, you didn't see it. I actually had it hidden where no one else could find it.
Yeah, why the boss fight didn't continue, I don't know.
I don't know, arbitrary reasons in the licensed video game. Oh man, I've never seen that before.
Alright, so this is where the game just takes in the dick, because this is the hardest level in the game. The hardest. It's just like all the things that attack you come out of like those fucking things. You can barely see them, and they come out of nowhere just to blindside you.
I could see why people could like why you think this is the hardest level in the game. I think that's for me reserved for like another level that will be in this part, but we'll get to that when we get to that. Anyway, I don't think I've touched on this, but like the level design of this and Andy's room as well just makes it seem like, God, these rooms are so messy. Why do these kids never clean up their fucking rooms?
That's actually something I've always wondered. Like even ever since I was a kid. Like, why is Andy's room so messy?
Yeah, that first RC level is just full of like blocks and shit. It's just like, what the hell is he doing? What? Like, I know he's like 5 years.
Sid, I can understand because he's sort of like a kid that's a troublemaker.
Yeah. Now this section here, you can't jump, and you're at the whim of the super fast speed and controls, and your goal is to get to this water bowl at the very end.
Cereal bowl.
Which makes me wonder if Sid goes in here to do this, and Woody immediately reacts like this. Does Sid just not see it? Does he just turn around after that or something?
No, it's actually the hand of God, because God hates Woody too.
Oh man, everyone really is against Woody.
Yep, yo-yos, fireballs, you name it. Such an obstacle course Sid, laid out for us.
Yeah, thank you, Sid, you rat bastard. Also, if you do want to collect all the stars in this level, you'll have to go back because you can't do it while Woody's head's on fire.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Okay, maybe that is one of the hardest levels in the game, but there's this. I would say it's the hardest platforming level. There's a hard level that's like the Rex one, which is later, could just fuck itself. Just go fuck off.
Yeah, it just makes me wonder, like, man, they made this game for children. Do they really think that children would be able to beat this game on like a small amount of lives and like a limited amount continues?
Well, you can go into the menu and you can give yourself 5 lives if you want, but that's really not enough.
I know, but like considering the finickiness of just like the level design and whatnot, you're gonna be losing those lives pretty quick if you're not memorizing exactly what to do.
Yeah, like I said, 5 lives is still not enough.
Nothing's ever enough. I have to say this is probably the most complicated platforming level, if only because of those like grappling hook segments.
Yeah.
And you have to go up there because they're like a pack of boxes in like sections of these levels that you can't climb up yourself. And like the only way you can get past them is by going on these grappling hooks and swinging back and forth to get higher and higher and higher. It's a novel idea, but in practice it's just ugh.
It looks very fucking jank.
Oh yeah. Jank is pretty much this game's shtick.
Yeah, I have a problem with those hook things because it really doesn't look like you're supposed to do that.
Well, I mean, Woody's pull string does have like a little circle around it, so I guess it kind of makes sense.
No, like, I know the hooks, but like, you're not supposed to elevate yourself that way. Like, it looks like you're not supposed to elevate yourself that way.
Okay, yeah, I can see what you mean.
Like, it just looks like an exploit, like a speedrunner would do.
Yeah, this last section here, limit the amount of time you use Buzz's karate chop, or else the baby spider will get you, and if he gets you, like, you lose a life.
Alright, but
Just
in
like
the context of the movie, this makes no fucking sense, because in the movie they're good. They don't hurt them at all. But for some reason they're after them here.
Actually, never mind. I don't think you lose a life. I just remember, like, recording this. I think or like, we're playing this just for fun. I had, like, only one hit point left.
Yeah.
And I just kept hitting by the thing over and over again. So never mind about that. Regardless, it's still kind of annoying.
That baby thing hits you, and you lose a hit point. You don't lose a life.
Sid doesn't look too threatening there. And just like that, all the enemy things that were trying to kill us in the previous level are, oh, we're gonna help you save your friend.
They're not bad, they're good, even though they tried to kill us.
Yes, exactly.
Fuck this level. Seriously.
Roller Bob.
The hardest level in the game, by far.
Yes. Oh, yes.
I lied again. This is the hardest level.
Don't worry, I do my share of lying throughout these playthroughs as well. But anyway, yeah, bouncing soda cans plus rockets plus doggo equal pain, infinite pain.
Also, there's like these weird ass smoke bombs.
Oh yeah, I can't forget about the smoke bombs. Can't not forget about the smoke bombs.
Those things.
Yeah. Also, like, the stairs that keep reappearing and reappearing again. I'm thinking like these guys are probably just going in circles, but if they aren't, then why are there so many pairs of stairs here? Like, Jesus Christ, this is a massive house if it is.
Also, you never see the back of Scud.
Yeah.
Which is the dog.
Yeah, this is all they just model of him. They didn't model in his tail either, because they never had to use it.
Yeah, even at the ending where they roll call the enemies, Scud just appears on the side of the screen.
Yeah, kind of reminds me of a certain character from a certain game. I can't remember.
Sonic
exactly
06.
What? Sonic 06. Yeah, Sonic 06, definitely. Yeah.
That was shorter than I remember.
Yeah, I'm going to say, I think this is a better licensed game than some of the other ones that are out at the time, and even the ones that were like in the 2000s and stuff when people that was still popular. But it's still like incredibly janky and whatnot. But I can tell that they were at least trying. They had a lot of novel ideas, and even with some of the weirder like game design choices and stuff.
Like this one?
Well, yeah, it kind of sort of makes sense. Although, perhaps this one doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, but...
Yeah. Also, every house in this block is missing a roof.
Man.
That hurricane that went by was devastating.
Geez, millions upon millions of dollars just lost.
They also turned the road purple and woody purple. Speaking of when you're talking about the games that were made, Disney made a lot of games for this generation, and they're both usually on SNES and Genesis simultaneously. And for some reason, the Genesis port was always better. For some odd reason, like for Aladdin, for Lion King, I think. For Mickey Mania, and for this one.
Huh, how peculiar.
Lion King might not have been an SNES, now that I think about it. But yeah, it had the same problems like screen resolution, controls, and just weird things like presentation-wise.
Well, considering it was a licensed video game, maybe they were a bit more inclined to not really give a fuck about polish and stuff, which, again, well,
the thing was, the superior version was always the Genesis one, but the Super Nintendo one was, like, inferior, even though it's supposedly the better console.
I guess that was just more more fire for the good old SNES versus Genesis debate. Well, that's not relevant now, so please don't start.
Maybe just Disney didn't give a shit about Nintendo consoles.
Yeah, I suppose.
Or they just made it with Genesis in mind.
They had it out for Nintendo from the very beginning.
No, it didn't.
Yeah, I should also point out besides the SNES version, there's also 2 other versions of this game. There's a Game Boy version, which is just all the platforming levels and none of the janky. Well, I mean, no, there's still janky stuff in there, but none of the other kind of weird, but still kind of interesting ones like the Wolfenstein and this. Probably the worst version. And then there's the PC version, which is essentially just like a slightly better looking version of the Genesis one, but it's still just as janky and if not a tad worse than the Genesis one as well, from what I can tell.
So Genesis is better than all of them.
Yep, definitely.
Also, I hope you like having no direction in this level because it's just all zoomed in on Woody. You just don't know where you're going.
That's a very vivid description you just put in my head. Thank you, Floof.
What?
Nothing.
Christ. I think I did something bad.
Well, we'll see. We'll see after this recording session is done if you did something bad. But regardless, it's time for the final level, and it's nothing too special. It's just auto-scrolling fuck thing.
Oh yeah, I remember when you were falling with style in the movie? Well, in this one, Buzz fucking flies. He flies.
Well, I guess his dream really did come true.
Yep, you're not falling with style, you're just straight up flying.
And this does look, I'm kind of breezing through the level, which, I mean, of course I am. I did have save states by my side. But in doing this, it is very easy to hit obstacles. And if you hit that, cars and stuff, and the screen catches up to you, you lose a life automatically.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean it this time. You do actually lose a life.
Because of that because of the resolution thing I mentioned earlier, this level is really hard on the Super Nintendo.
Oh, I can imagine.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Fuck this part.
Yeah, this section here is kind of a dick. You have to go all the way to the ground, essentially just shove Woody's face into the asphalt, and be in the lower right corner, wait for that truck to just move back. Yeah. And it was here where I could realize you could, move back and forth. You didn't necessarily just have to move up and down and stuff.
Yeah, like I said, Buzz could fly.
Oh, yeah. He really can fly. But, yeah, that was the final level. No big fanfare, I mean, except for the end cutscene, which, I mean, regardless, no big fanfare.
The fanfare was when you finished the level. Didn't you hear the fanfare?
# when I come. Dear. Now I'm gonna have to think about what I've done.
Yeah, you think about that. And it's pretty much the end of the movie.
Yep.
And these weird-looking texts. And a roll call for the enemies.
Yeah, so we kind of did say in the first part that this game is incredibly similar to Donkey Kong Country, but it didn't quite hit me just how similar...
I didn't say that, you said it. I didn't say that.
Okay, well, anyway, it didn't quite hit me, just how much they were aping off of Donkey Kong Country until this final sequence. When we see all, the enemy and, side characters and stuff, and, well... You guys didn't do well if you were trying to ape off Donkey Kong Country. In fact, you did incredibly worse, because Donkey Kong Country had, say what you want about it, and with its graphics and gameplay today, but I still think it's one of the best platformers of the Super Nintendo era, because it has tight level design, its visuals, in my opinion, still look incredibly good, and the soundtrack is just fantastic, absolutely fantastic, and the controls are so infinitely better. If you're playing as Diddy Kong, Donkey Kong kind of sucks. But in here, the level design is shit, controls stiff and shit, and the music, and, well, of course, the graphics haven't held up quite as well. Still impressive for the Sega Genesis, I will give you that, but no. Do not even compare this game to Donkey Kong Country. This game is not even worth comparing that to Donkey Kong Country. Ugh.
Actually, I think the music's pretty good. Like, no joke, I think it's pretty good. It was composed by these two guys called Andy Blythe and Martin Jostra, who did Mickey Mania soundtrack and Bug's Life and Toy Story 2. And
oh yeah,
Crash Bandicoot: The Wrath of Cortex.
How did you play the Toy Story 2 game? Because that was also developed by Traveler's Tales.
I did, and don't remember getting very far in that one, and don't plan getting far in that one anytime soon.
Yeah, I don't think anyone does in the near future as well.
Well, I heard it was really good, and it looked okay from when I played it as a kid.
I suppose
because that's
so.
the last time I played it was like 15 years ago.
Well, I guess with the power of emulators, you can try it again, but, I mean...
Nah, I'm good.
Yeah, and, like, emulating Nintendo 64 games and the like is actually kind of difficult to do.
I had it on the Dreamcast.
Oh, okay, well, in that case, you can just do it, like, immediately.
Sure.
Yes, so that was Toy Story for the Sega Genesis, folks.
Also, this is the South Park credits. This is literally the South Park credits. Can't you tell by the font?
Oh my god, they killed Buzz!
You bastards.
You bastards. Alright, Floof, what do you think of this interesting piece of art?
I think it's a legitimately decent game. That's all I can say about it. Well, as far as the quality. The music's okay. And, if you're looking for a challenging platformer, I guess, from, like, Nintendo hard platformer, this will suit you pretty good.
Yeah, I suppose so. Despite what I've said during like the whole like don't compare this to Donkey Kong Country rant, it's all right. It's not completely intolerable, but like there's a lack of polish and a lack of focus that I really don't care for, and it's just I choose to play something else over this. Although, like, if I were forced to play this again for some bizarre reason, I wouldn't like necessarily find it to be torture. I wouldn't really care for it. But yeah, that's.
Hey, Pixar had a hand in this. What do you know?
Yeah, they did.
They actually cared about their other properties.
Yeah, but we won't certainly care about this game for quite a long time. But regardless, thank you for watching, folks, and we'll see you on the next Deep Thought playthrough.